Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia, cutting up the grass, making some beautiful silage bales. And yeah, I think it's going to be the only time I actually make silage bales off this field this season, because I've got an idea. Actually, it was a comment that came in. Now, it was previously mentioned before with the whole sugarcane thing that's going on here, trying to figure out what I should be doing and where I should be planting it. And someone did comment a few episodes ago when I started talking about it, about switching the sugarcane field and the grass field. I was like, well, this field is just a little bit too big. I don't want that much sugarcane because we just have too much as it is off that small field. So I just kind of was like, yeah, let's not do that. But then someone just said, well, why don't you just take some of the grass field and make it into sugarcane, which is a much better idea and easy logic to figure out, right? I mean, if the grass field is too big for sugarcane, well, just don't replant the whole grass field with all sugarcane. Just make a small portion of it. So I think the small portion of this grass field we're going to make into a sugarcane field is right here where we're mowing, and kind of up along where the second tower is for the power lines. Because making silage bales in here, and bales in general, because it's kind of curvy around through here, yeah, the follow me worker doesn't quite pick up the mess, although I'm either getting better making straighter lines in here or something, but it's going pretty well today. So yeah, planting sugarcane in the grass field. So what that also means is usually, we've been doing like 2 cuts a year for silage and 1 for hay, but since we're taking about 40% of the field and turning it into sugarcane, that means less grass. So yeah, there's Twister in the road like always. So when we go to make hay this year, we're not going to be getting the 900,000 liters of hay. We may only get like 600,000 or 500,000. So to be on the safe side, I think the next 2 cuts we should do hay, or at least the next cut we should do hay. And then I can kind of figure out for the sheep if that is going to be enough food to get by, which it probably will be, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. All right, and you know what? That's going to be good enough for me on the grass field here. Let's go ahead and turn off the mower. Fold that up, and I'm guessing we made around 20 bales, because that's what we usually end up making. Somewhere around there. Yep, so we're going to have to pick up the silage bales, and I'll put them in the shed over by the sheep. That's a good place for it. Oh, I got a little bit. No, that's fine. If this was like the first 10 episodes of like any blade of grass I saw, I'd be thinking I need to cut that for sure and pick it on up. I'm also thinking about selling or swapping out trailers. That big trailer there that we bought on sale, yeah, I'm thinking about selling that one and getting a trailer that's like double the size. Yeah, we just got a lot of grain to move around. Nothing wrong with that trailer for sure. But, being able to haul twice the size is always nice. And also when I go to put the sugar cane into the sugar mills, I won't have to worry about it tipping and clipping into the ceiling. That's always a little bit of an issue. Let's go ahead and drop that off there. Now we'll turn that off. Let's get our worker here. Looks like it's Frank that was helping me out today. Thank you very much. And let's see here. Where do I want to put this away? Yeah, I think we're done with it for now. Watch out for the eggs and the ducks. I did finish topping off all the orchards with compost. And I should top off the greenhouses. I can't remember if I did or didn't with compost. And that way they'll be good to go for a while. All right, let's drop that off. I also brought the John Deere back over with the See and Spot weed sprayer from spraying the oat field. So we're all good there. How are we doing on compost here? Although I don't know why I'm looking at it, because I don't know what the overall total should be in the greenhouses. If I just go to here, compost, yeah, they could use some. And yep, they could use some. So yep, we'll fill up these compost bins a little bit later on, probably with our new wheel loader. I love that thing only because it takes so many less trips to fill up the compost bins in the orchard. So I already got our New Holland T9 down here with our drill, and looks like, are they admiring my drill, or what are they doing? I have no idea. But it's time to plant the sorghum down here. Yes, I'm kind of in my neighbor's field, but luckily the crop is in the first growth stage, so it's not going to hurt it at all. So since I won't be buying a field for sugarcane, I was looking around thinking, should I buy another field? We could take out a nice loan, but really I'm trying to get away from having loans, but it's kind of hard for me to do so. If the bank is saying, yeah, go ahead, take out a loan, you know, the more land I get, the more crops we get, the more money we make for Hudson for when we leave here in November. So I may have a look at some more land around here, see what we could possibly buy and what's growing and where. I don't want any cotton fields. Don't want to get into cotton harvesting on this series. So, yep, sorghum in here. It was wheat, then soybeans. Sorghum should give us a yield of about 110%. So that is pretty darn good. And it's not going to take me long to drill this field at all. Maybe like 10 minutes at the most. And then we got to go back to the grass field, pick up those silage bales. We'll put those away. And then we'll lease a planter for planting the sugarcane. And we're going to be using kind of like the planter I was using on Tuscany, but the smaller version of it. We don't need nothing too extreme. Yeah, I don't want to use a 6-meter wide planter like I did last time planting sugarcane. I want to kind of zip right through it. Yeah, for some reason, I thought I had some crop or something else to sell today. I was trying to remember last episode. I know when I was doing the wheel loader, I said, oh, we'll take out a $100,000 loan to buy the wheel loader and such. Maybe I did sell the rest of the stuff. That's why I got $100,000 in the bank account. It's been too many days ago since I recorded that episode. Always run into that fence. Every time I jump into an articulated tractor, it just takes me about a minute or two to get used to the steering. I really would like to drill right behind the tractor, then the air cart, but with this setup, can't quite do it that way. The next setup, we should be able to. Because the land's only going to get bigger around here, and that just also means we're adding that much more land. We're not going to be selling any land. That just means a lot more drilling to do every year. So, yep, we'll be keeping this drill system, and of course we'll be adding one. Which also means I'll probably need another large tractor. So a lot of spending to do in the series moving forward. Although I think we're progressing rather nicely on the farm. The money's coming in pretty good. I was nervous when I did stop doing contracts. I'm like, is that too early? Stop doing contracts. And I think the tableware production definitely has helped out more than I thought it would. That brings in a good chunk of change, of course. Yeah, we'll have a look at the land around here, see if there's any... I forgot which ones that were on discount. I think most of the fields are definitely overpriced for what the landowners want. I'm having the same issue, although it's not that big of a deal, on the Mythical Woods. All the farmland seems to be overpriced, but the farmland there is rather cheap. So when it says, 50% over, we're only talking about a couple $1,000s more. I would like to buy the farmland closer to the farmyard, but also, would like to kind of work on buying the land that kind of comes down through here somewhat, so I can make a road that cuts straight across from the farmyard and come down here, because I did have to turn off traffic to get this set up down here. this setup here takes up the whole road. So if I can, there is a road there somewhat, but it needs to be wider. Don't want to be destroying crops. I don't mind if I take up a little bit of my field by putting in a road. Well, we are going through the fertilizer on this field, though. So next month we'll be rather busy with the See and Spot weed sprayer. We'll have the soybean field. No, sorry, the soybean field will not have weeds in it because I plowed that field. So I won't need to spray that one. This one will need to be sprayed. And of course the sugarcane field, which we're going to be planting here in a little bit, will need to be sprayed as well. Well, let's turn on the radio and speed up time just a little bit. We'll get the rest of this field planted. And then I'll pick up the silage bales in the grass field. And then we'll lease that planter and get the sugarcane on in. Was a little unfortunate that I could not finish the entire field of sorghum with fertilizer, so I had to go top off there at the end, but I gotta fill it up at some time, I suppose. So that field's all done until next month, where we will spray for weeds. And now here we are picking up the silage bales. I think each bale is at least 60,000 liters of silage, or will be. Currently it's grass that is fermenting. And we should get just about 200 grand-ish when we go to sell these in, well, it'd be like next June. So we got a ways to go. Alright, I think that's all the bales. I don't think I've missed any. I think we got them all here. Alright, we'll fold that on up. This could use some fuel, and this could actually use some repair. The Case Magnum, that is. Let's go put these bales away. Got plenty of room in here. Perfect. And we'll drop off the bale trailer because we don't need that anymore. See if I can back it in without... I always clip the windrower, because that duck waddles out of the way, or in the way sometimes. Well, looks like today is my day for backing up the trailer. Alright, let's go ahead and repair this. While nothing's on it. Best time to repair it when nothing's on it. 6474 is repair. And now we'll top it off of fuel. And while it's filling up with fuel, we will go ahead and lease the planter for planting the sugarcane. Planters, let's scroll on down here. So we do have a couple of choices. This is a 12-meter wide one. I think that's more than enough. Planting speed is at 30 miles an hour. I'll try to retain myself from going too fast. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't do fertilizer. Do I want to do fertilizer? Or I can spread the fertilizer with our John Deere. I mean, I'll keep the leasing fees down and all, so I don't really need to do that. So let's go into here. Standard planter? A roller. Might as well get it with a roller for $1,000. That's not going to add much to the leasing fee. And we'll see, we don't need anything else. Capacity. I don't think we need that much. We're not going to be that far from the farm. So leasing it is, well, just $37.50. And I didn't see how much the fuel was, but maybe you caught it. I'm not too sure. But let's head on down to the store. I'll grab the planter. I'll meet you right back here at the farmyard, and we'll fill that up with some seed, and we'll get the sugar cane in. It's going to feel kind of insane what this planter can do, because as we saw, it can plant at 30 miles an hour, and the top speed of the Case Magnum is 32, although I'm doing 33 right now. I'll try to hold myself back, and we'll try to plant at a reasonable speed. I should check the condition of the field before I start planting in it. I really don't remember the last time I did soil sampling, so it'd be good to know before I start planting that the soil does not need to be sampled. And when I go around to fertilize the grass field again, we'll also do the sugarcane field at the same time. And here we are. Already got it set for sugarcane. We're ready to go. All right. Let's get out to the field. And while this is unfolding, let's go into here. Scroll on into the field, and let's see here. All right, nothing being shown out of date, so we are good on the soil sampling. Or no, sorry, on the planting. Now, what I want to do, I think we'll start off over at the little lagoon over here. And I'm going to plant just on the other side of that tower, so the worker won't have to go around it. Anywhere along here is good. Oh wow, we are just chewing through that seed. Maybe I should have got the unrealistic capacity because I'm going to be filling up non-stop. So of course for the next 3 seasons we'll be harvesting sugarcane off this field, and we'll be converting it back to a grass field once it's done. And then what was once the sugarcane field the first 3 years, well, we will convert that back over to sugarcane. Boy, I'm going to go through this quick. In 3 years' time. I mean, do I really need to unfold it? No, I think I can leave it unfolded. I think I can get into the trigger. I may have to back up to the seed hut to do this, but let's see if this is going to be close enough. Nope, not close enough, so I'll have to back up to it. There we go. Well, needless to say, I'm going to be making a few trips over to refill the planter. But that rate just seems awfully high. But I suppose, when I was using the 6 meter wide, was it a 6 meter wide one? What was I using here? I think it was a modded one. Or maybe it wasn't. Was it under cedars? Trying to figure out which one I... Oh, wait a minute. It might be in one where it's actually going to be under... Actually, if I just go here... Alright, it's not that one either. Is it under... Ah, that's what we used right there. And that is a 6 meter wide. Okay. Yep. Sugarcane, potato, and poplar. Well, we'll continue here. Let me get some of this done. And I'll be making, like I said, many trips over to the seed hut. Let me get a lot of this done, and I'll bring it back when I get close to the end and I'm not making as many trips back and forth. I have kind of lost track how many trips, but I feel like it's near 10. But, I mean, if you want to do some easy math, every time I fill up a seed, it's 3,559? Somewhere in there. So you can see how much money I had when I jump cut and what we're down to. But yeah, it feels like this is like my 10th time coming over. Open up the covers. I mean, I really don't need... Well, I better just fill it up. The way I'm going through seed, and I should be able to unload it from this planter. I did plant at the fastest speed that I possibly could. I could see where this planter, like, you know, see, it's 3,557. But I can see, like, this planter. Yeah, if you didn't watch my Hills of Tuscany, this is, well, not, I used the bigger planter. This is the 12. I used the 18 meter wide one. I could see where planting at 30 miles an hour would be helpful, like on really, really huge maps, and you're just trying to get the work done. Yeah, that would definitely help out. This size of a map here, though, to me, it would feel like a little bit too fast. But we all play the game for our, you know, the way we want to play it. And we play it to have fun. So maybe this size map, you'd be like, yeah, I want to plant the field. I don't want to take 10 minutes to plant the field or whatever. I want to get done in a couple minutes. That's fine. But to me, it just feels like it'd be a little bit too fast. But doing it that one time, it was fun. So, yeah, I don't know how much if that, I mean, this field should be almost roughly the same size as the other one, maybe a little bit smaller, which is okay. But the good news is we won't be, not running out of sugarcane this upcoming season, which will keep the sugar plant going, so on and so forth. Let me go ahead and hopefully unload. All right, maybe if I fold up the planter first and then unload. There we go. Now it unloads. Alright, have no more use for this today, so let's go ahead and return that. Alright, and I'm parked the Case Magnum away for now. Oh yeah, turn off the beacons. Alright, so as for farmland, let's see, my environmental score is at 92, which is not as good as it should be or can be. 97, 98, 98. Oh, that's right, this field, because, yeah, we got to get that nitrogen working pretty good. And that's 99, so I'll bump it up. I mean, we do get a 13% increase in sales, which 15% is the maximum. Anyways, field prices. Well, that's going to look weird for a little while. Yeah, we know field number 3, that's 58% over. So I'm looking for one. That's only 14% over, but still. Field 14 and 26. That's only 1% over, but it's almost 2.5 million. That's 27% over. 4%. So that field there is, it's discounted. But I'm kind of looking for like these fields here, because I want to make the road from the farmyard to cut down through here, and more likely down through here, and then over. What about field number 10? Well, that's only 1% over, and it's under $1 million. That wouldn't be too bad, so I can start making the road through here a little bit wider. And I could use a nice little parking area like right here. So when I want to park my drill down here, any equipment, I got 1 field, 2 field, 3 fields. What is currently in that field? Sugar beet. We don't want sugar beet. And it is growing. Well, okay, so I'm not really looking forward to that crop. Field 13, 685, 6% off. And what's in that field? Soybean. Right? That should be soybean. And the crop should be growing. Well, it's kind of kitty corner. What about field number 2? But that's got cotton in it. That's 27% over. This field is 2.1 million. And that's 1% over. All right, so we'll keep our eye on those fields. We don't need to buy it right now, because none of those fields have a great discount. And they've already got, crops in them and growing. So maybe the price will get better. Or, of course, it might get worse. And then maybe the other fields that we're more looking at may change as well. So, yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind. Where am I? Oh, I need to be over here. We need to jump into the new toy, which is the wheel loader. And I want to top off our greenhouses with some compost. And I need to start emptying this out as much as I can, because when it comes time to harvest, I probably will be putting some straw in here to help make more compost for the next upcoming season. Yeah, going from a 2,000 liter bucket to a, what is this, 8,000 liters? It definitely cuts down on the trips. And this wheel loader definitely holds the weight a lot better. How much more do I got in there? Oh, almost 30,000 liters. Well, 28,000. So that should be enough to top off the greenhouses. The only thing I got to be careful of is when these get full, sometimes I do get a little bit of spillage. Alright, might as well get more in the bucket and we'll start working on the other greenhouse. Someone did mention I could use the wheel loader to do the sugarcane hauling, but don't think I'll be using it for that. Probably just be using it for what we're using it for right now, and that's going to be basically it. But who knows, maybe in the future Hudson will want to make a silage pit. You know, if he ever decides. I mean, we still may get, I know we're going to use cows on this series and then kind of put them off and said we're not, but that doesn't mean in a few weeks' time we may get cows, and maybe I'll be doing some TMR mixing. And I may do it a different way. Oops, let's get that out here. That way if it spills out towards the front. Last time I overspilled on the orchard, and I probably will pick that up with the John Deere bucket. Because that'll be easier, I think, to grab it rather than try to grab it with this. Wow, we're already down to 5,000 liters left. That doesn't mean I'm desperate for it now, because these greenhouses can go for a while on this compost. And I don't think it's going to take this entire bucket. Okay. Oh no, never mind. It didn't take the entire bucket. We had some spillage out the front. There we go. But pretty much used all the compost. I can fit the rest in the bucket and clean that out, and it'll be good to go. Of course, don't forget, we also make most of it with the organic waste that our production buildings produce. That doesn't have a whole lot into it right now. What do these have? I mean, it's pretty decent. Where does it say organic waste 18,000 liters? Should be pretty much the same over here. 19,000 liters. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, we'll probably dump some straw in there. Maybe get a better loading wagon. Forage wagon. I mean, we got one of the smallest ones. But that was like one of the first items that we bought for the farm. It was on sale. Yeah, I think that was like the very first episode, because we put straw into the silo bunker. Getting in their exercise are the chickens. So, yeah, all the planting is done, although I do got to fertilize the grass field and now sugarcane field. But next month we will, of course, have to spray for weeds in the sugarcane field. I wonder what the crop rotation is going to look like here. Expected yields bad because of crop rotations at 100%. So that's not, I mean, it's not going to be great moving forward. Because it's going to be sugarcane, sugarcane, sugarcane. So, yeah, but in 3 years' time, this will be back to all of a grass field, I think. 3 years is a ways off, so plans can change as, you know, as we know, because this was never planned to be a sugarcane field until recently. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes on the other fields as well. The loans, in case you lost track, because I know I did. There's that $100,000, as I called last episode, to buy the wheel loader. And we got this other loan. I still owe $45,000 on that. But we are going to be selling some products here in a few months, and that's probably going to take care of at least this loan and that loan. But technically, if I needed to borrow some money right now, I could borrow almost 2.1 million, which means I could buy one of those fields I was looking at just a little while ago. But anyways, if you made this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that. Don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. Also lets me know that you enjoyed seeing the content you saw here today. And while you're down there, might want to hit that subscribe and notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on more content like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.